Hello loves, it's Kelly here. Welcome back. Today I wanted to make a video a little bit more serious with everybody discussing a little bit more and opening up about mental illness. I thought I would share my story a little bit and how I deal with my anxiety. I have OCD, dealing with issues from trauma, and I hope that by my sharing that even just one person will be able to find a little bit more ease in dealing with their own issues or find some tips that I know have really helped myself. And disclaimer, I am not in any way a counselor, a therapist. I have no certification. I literally am just showing you my experience and what I have found has helped me. Never hesitate to ask for help. Ask an adult, ask a parent, ask a family member or friend. If you don't know who to call, if you don't know how to get help, ask someone for help. Search online for hotlines, or go to your family doctor and ask if they can refer you to a counselor. And those steps you need to take. You have to take. So we'll start with the most basic. And on days where I am really bad or I'm not able to do anything more, I find the top 3 things I have to focus on are my sleeping, my eating, as well as eating healthy, and exercise. Those 3 things I find are absolute keys in me staying to a level that is copable. So I have to make sure to do my best to try and get to bed on time and wake up at a decent hour so that I'm not sleeping in too late and then continuing to screw up my schedule. I do find with food, it is something that I will stop eating when I become very anxious or very depressed. And it can instantly make me slide even further. And when you're hungry, I feel like your body is just not able to function at its optimum quality in order to have proper brain functions, bodily function. And caffeine. Caffeine sometimes is a really good motivator to get you out of bed. But then I find it just feeds into my anxiety. So I do have to watch my caffeine level. Coffee affects me worse than tea. And again, everybody's different. Some people, caffeine doesn't affect them at all. But for me, caffeine is something I do have to keep an eye on to make sure that I'm not buzzing until 3 a.m, more than I normally am. And the third thing is exercise. I find that I notice instantly when I haven't exercised for even a day, how my mood will change and I'm not as upbeat. I will go for hikes. I love yoga. Yoga, I feel, there's some energy I get from everybody else that's there as well that really feeds my soul. And the different instructors and how they speak to you and empower you in many different ways. As well, I also do the stairs, which I live very close to some stairs, and there's, I think, over 500, and I try and do that. And by the time I get to the top, I feel like Beyonce. I feel so empowered and so strong and so proud of myself. And that pushes me to do more in my day and more in my life. So exercise is definitely a huge key for me. And it boosts your energy and gets your body moving. So things like doing my hair and getting dressed helps tremendously. Sometimes I will curl my hair at 11 o'clock at night just to make myself feel a little bit better. Even though I'm not going out and I'm not going to do anything, it's that taking care of yourself and the self-love that you need to give yourself. And it helps to push you a little bit further. And as hard as it is, when you feel so upset and so depressed and like there's nothing good, doing something that makes you happy, that is key. Allow yourself those moments to be happy. I get my lashes done by my bestie, and I get my nails done, and those are little tiny things that keep me happy. And I go thrifting. I find that singing is one of my greatest outlets, even on my worst days. If I can put on music and sing, it boosts me just like a fraction, and that's enough to get me through the day. And a big thing with music is, sure, we sometimes will, need to put on that sad song and listen to it and cry our eyes out, but give yourself a time limit for that. And then also have songs that empower you. So for myself, musicals, The Greatest Showman was by far one of my favorite movies of the past year. I put on those songs and it picks me up. And I'm sure all of us can relate to that music is a key part in good feelings. I find one of my biggest difficulties is my overthinking and creating situations in my mind that are never happening, and it creates a cycle of me just spinning out further. So often write out my emotions in a journal, which gets it out of your head, and you're writing it out. So I feel that process really helps me. Being mindful is something where you are staying in the moment and you're doing one thing, and it keeps your mind from racing. It helps to center you. Being creative also keeps me in the moment. Paint and do crafts. I love to write, and blending my tea, which is my love of my life, is tea. So those things, being creative and building something that's from my heart and my soul and my mind, makes me feel value. Not shaming yourself for your emotions. When you feel an emotion, there's a reason you're feeling it, and validate yourself for having that emotion. It is human to feel, and not all your feelings are going to be good. We would all love to be laughing and be happy all the time, but realistically, you are going to be mad. You are going to be sad, and it's how you deal with them. Don't be scared and don't be ashamed of it. And if anything I've learned, it's totally normal to not feel normal. And so just saying to yourself mantras like, it's just a bad day, not a bad life, or it's a moment, it will pass, has really helped. Know that it's okay to be a work in progress, and I'm not perfect, and still love yourself for everything, for your good and your bad. And as long as you're trying to improve yourself, that's all you can do. Also, you can probably hear her scratching at the door. Come in, my love. Are my pets. So my pets are, I would say, my best friends. This is Audrey, and she is my lovely little wiener dog. And she has been, you've been grumpy. And waking up to this beautiful girl, I drive you crazy, don't I? I find that animals just give me such joy. She has been the one that has cuddled with me at night when I've been having night terrors and waking up screaming. She has been the one that I wake up to and know that my day is good from the second I open my eyes. I know not everybody can have pets or, even wants them, but for me, that is something that they also give me purpose, because I have to wake up, I have to take care of them, I have to feed them, I have to give them love, and they are huge to my happiness. I also find other things that definitely have helped is having really close friends that understand you, accept you as you are, and are willing to work on you getting better. They see the good in you and know on your really bad days that isn't the true you. coming out, it is your mental illness. And I am very lucky to have friends that have stuck with me through this entire past year, which has been a very difficult year for me. So it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And I'm slowly realizing that. And when you are having a panic attack and everything is so overwhelming and you can't breathe and it feels like physically you're going to collapse, it will pass. And in the peak emotion, if you feel like you can't deal with it, intense exercise, so sprinting or literally running around the block really, really, really quick. Do an ice bath where you fill a bowl of water with cold water and tons of ice, and you stick your face in for 30 seconds, and you do it multiple times, and that shock will change the temperature in your body, which also elevates as you get anxious, and it will kind of shock you. I hope that this has helped at all in any way. Definitely, if you feel that you need help, don't hesitate. There's phone numbers you can call. I've stayed at a crisis center before. It's not easy to do it alone, and you shouldn't have to, and you want to be better and succeed as best you can. So listen to what they say. If they suggest groups or counseling or medication, you need to do what's right for you, but definitely get help. You just have to keep forcing yourself to at least try. I love all of you, and another thing is drink tea. Drink tea. I love you all.